Final status report. We only just escaped the blast wave. Now heading north. At least we still have somewhere left to go to.
It was already a given. The city would never recover its former glory. It was too damaged, too irradiated for that. But the city would still experience a recovery of a sort, being reborn in a different kind of way. People finally started settling down. The current inhabitants and new arrivals working together to create something bigger. Michonne slowly grew from a transitory hub to a major trading center, defensive point. Other stations soon were able to be settled and rebuilt, using the last stop as a staging point, a lifeline, and an example. Still, the city would show no mercy to those who underestimated its hazards. Though most of Michonne's scavengers lost their lives in the Great Storm, one in particular wisely stayed below ground when it hit. Though young and inexperienced, Porcelain's quick wits and cautious nature gave her a natural advantage in the cramped confines of the Undercity. She eventually learned to control her fear of the open sky, soon go on to seek her own fortune in the ruins of the city. Our informant in the city has reported the Walker has become active again. It often bothers me that letting that freak live may not have been the wisest option. Still, I often wonder what became of him in the end. Despite having met the scavenger, he seemingly refused to join them on their adventure. I guess whatever it was he was looking for in the city, he found it in the end. While the removal of the Roamers solved a lot of Prosperity's problems, it was the retrieval of the seeds from the dome that put it back on the path to success. With their first successful harvest in years confirmed, they gradually reduced trading their water for food, until they no longer needed to. This gradually increased the surplus water available, and soon the rationing ended. It was then that the Water Baron announced that the wall between Uptown and Lowtown would be torn down, ostensibly to allow more space for the greenhouse to be expanded into. As well as creating new work opportunities, this finally allowed the two halves of the community to become closer and more tolerant of each other. Prosperity soon became a boomtown, and when the Baron finally agreed to retire and pass on his leadership, he would find his work had created the beginnings of a new nation. A minor but interesting piece of news has started spreading around the trade circuit. Apparently, Prosperity has found a small but profitable opening in the industry of breeding pit fiends. Now, many gangs, traders, and caravans come seeking to trade or breed studs. Those pups with the Prosperity brand are said to be and low path. Shortly before the launches of Sigma, another nuclear detonation of unknown origin lit up the evening sky. Though much smaller in yield, the remaining fallout would have detrimental effects on much of the surrounding area. Fortunately, the only immediate casualty has been an unidentified trader, previously fleeing Prosperity for reasons unknown. A mysterious traveler has recently been causing chaos on the roads north of Prosperity. Those who cross this traveler are said to be cut down by a silver blade that moves with lightning speed. Though it is unknown where he is currently headed, one thing is certain. He's probably going to complain about it when he gets there. Sigma is lost. It'll be decades before we can safely approach. Possibly centuries before it can be fully manned. The remaining missiles are now in the hands of the entity calling itself Athena. There's no telling what they will do with them. In the meantime, the new guard has lost its last-ditch offense against groups like the Empire. Fortunately, the majority of the mutant army was destroyed in the blast. As for the Scavenger, they were last seen trying to outrun the Hellseeds. Considering how close we came, there's no way they could have got out in time. That little problem, at least, seems to have solved itself. I doubt we'll be seeing them again. End report.